Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a tune-up on the old C30. I got plugs, I got a rotor, a cap, and I already had a brand new set of wires from another project that have never even been fired on yet. So, I'm also going to do oil and filter change. I've already got a new air filter in here. We're getting ready to take that air cleaner off so that I can get to everything a little better. Right now, I'm going to take all these spark plugs out and gap them and get rid of all these boxes. I hate having a bunch of boxes sitting around when I'm trying to work. Just all gets in the way. Got another air cleaner assembly. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on here or not. A little Edelbrock chrome job, kind of dress it up a little. You guys tell me what you think. I got, dang it, I was gonna get a breather for that. I got these Edelbrock valve covers. They're the tall ones. I don't think I'm gonna use them though. And then I've got this. This is all in another engine I was building, and I ended up getting rid of it. I ain't got time to build no dang engines. Let me get my plug in. No, I have got time to build engines. I do and I don't. It's just a lot easier to get them already built. Got there already gapped where they need to be. Most of them are. Doesn't hurt to check unless one's obviously been smashed shut, dropped or something. Little I drove it yesterday. It was running kind of rough, which, like I said, I know this thing sat for 3.5 years at the guy's house that I got it from. He said he never even tried to crank it. I'm like, well, dude, you should have just put a battery in it, because that's literally all I did. Plugs are gapped. Let's get this air cleaner assembly off. the socket and ratchet for the plugs, and a screwdriver for the cap. And I like to get right down in here with everything. And a good spot. Do the plugs first. I like to do all that. See them little bitty splines? I wonder if that's to make it fire better. This original, the first plug was what it was supposed to be, 45 TS. Well, they had that one gapped wrong. It looks good. Right. Well, I thought you were going to be a Phillips. Of course you're not. Okay, back on it. Let's get this rotor out of here first. The new one has Phillips. It's not too bad. Got a little junk on it. Everybody's always like, I've seen worse. If you've done this long enough, you've seen lots worse. I mean, really bad stuff. People neglect vehicles. And then a lot of the stuff I get and a lot of the other YouTubers get, it's stuff that's just been sitting forever and a day. we got to turn all of these. Get the cap on. There we go, locked in. Still have to pull the coil out of the old cap. Well, why did I do that? Swap it over. Basically just by firing it up. Start the back. Now that one goes here, there, and everywhere. Alright. Up until recently, I forgot how much I missed this kind of mechanic work. Working on old stuff that's simple, doesn't have all the electronic crap, with the exception of the AGI, which I'm glad they have that. I'd much rather mess with that than points. So, let's get oil filter full. Or as full as I can get it, put it back on the motor. Need to go double check and make sure that the gasket still isn't on the block. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, I had 9% battery. I don't remember what was on the memory card, but I used up a good bit, so I just replaced both of them. Okay, I think that's about as full as it's going to get. I don't want to have to spill it trying to get it in there. Valve covers on here, they're aluminum ones, but they're the tall ones, and you know what? These don't look like they've leaked in I don't know when. It's one of the few small blocks I've ever seen, especially one that's been sitting, that does not have a valve cover leak on it. At least on this side it don't. Let's check the other side. No. If it is, it's very minute. So, with that being said, what's the old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, ain't many people gonna be looking under the hood of this thing anyways. They're just gonna be looking at the outside. Well, there's 5 quarts there. It's 4 and the one in the filter. I think that's all it calls for. fun one. Changing that little dude right in there. And I need to cut this off and reattach it. And I'm missing one back there. And I don't know where. Oof, that's super soft. Let's cut this one right now while I'm thinking about it. Much better. We're likely going to have to replace all the vacuum lines on this thing. Yeah, if you can rub them and they do that to your fingers, they need to be replaced. Alright. So, 5/8 and a lot bigger. It's remarkable the vacuum lines that actually are still hooked up to this thing. Alright, let me go grab some more tools. And of course I didn't record none of that. But no biggie. All I did, I changed out that fuel filter, got the vacuum lines hooked back up. We're gonna put that chrome air cleaner on here. No, we're not, because I don't have the hookups for the crankcase breather and all that. So we're gonna put the factory one back on it. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I can hear that exhaust leak. I think you can even feel it. Yep. Just barely. I need to take that back off and adjust the idle. setup don't work. Radio would work. Speaker wasn't blown. Alright. Put the air cleaner back on it. For some reason, it may be advanced. I don't know. Let me check this trim here, see if it was tight. If it's tight. One idle now much more than what it is. And it may be in the carburetor still. Like I said, we may end up using that brand new carburetor that I bought for the other engine. Yes, the water plug, you need to get off of there. And I do have a brand new water pump to put on it too, in case we need it. Just have to keep a real close eye on this thing and just go on short trips. Maybe just go a little further each time. See if it's got heat and all that good stuff. I've got this radiator looks like it's been leaking just from the top. Hopefully. It's not a very big radiator. I've got a little bit bigger one that was on my 79 or my 82 diesel. I think it's a bigger radiator than this one. And I may end up using that one if I do have problems with this, or I may just get online and buy a nice aluminum one. I don't know. But more than likely, when I hook up the AC and stuff, I'm going to have something changed on it because I know it's going to start making it run warmer then. But yes, I'm going to close the hood. Oh, and I did get the AC stuff ordered. This apparently, I hope I'm right, has the pancake style compressor. That's what they sent me anyways, or that's what they have ordered. So I've got the compressor, the condenser to go down in there. I've already got the evac coil off the other truck that I need to take that box apart, put it in. I've got a few of the lines, but basically they have a kit that has everything but the condenser coil and the evac coil. And I ordered the condenser coil separately, so I should have everything here. And it was, I want to say it was less than $200 for all of it, which was really good. So let's get y'all situated and myself. We're gonna take this thing for a spin. We're gonna change out this camera mount though, because I'm gonna put it on the outside of the truck. Here we go. Screw my shifter knob back on. well, it works. Runs 100% better. So I'm gonna get lined up what I'm gonna do next, and then I'll get right back to y'all. All right, guys, I got the seat back out of it, and now we're working on trying to clean this gunk and grime and everything else, and I'm gonna treat all this this bare metal so that it doesn't rust any further. Or that's the plan anyhow. Yeah, that stuff I put in here, it's real fumey. And now I just got to figure out where I put my scraper. Got to treat this whole floor with the rust converter I got. It's pretty good stuff. And then I got to get some Dynamat or something similar. If you guys got any suggestions on a good replacement for Dynamat, I don't know. I want to cover this whole floor for sound and insulation, and then put carpet down. Right now, just you see what I'm talking about? It's not rusted through, but it's close. It's pitted real bad, and then this track is rotted off. It's good here, and it just disappears. So, I mean, if I had to put rockers in it on this side, I will. I don't really intend on it, because the rockers themselves are pretty solid. It has some surface rust, but nothing that can't be taken care of. A little preventive maintenance. I gotta get all this silicone out of here. This is ridiculous. I mean, they got it all the way from there down. There's a rock. Don't need that. Again, this isn't gonna be a show truck. It's a work truck, but I still want it to be, you know, fairly nice. And I'd really like to have the passenger floorboard not fall out from under it one day when I'm driving it and I have somebody with me. I mean, look at that, John. made a mess in the driveway. Seats come out pretty clean though. They should be fairly dry too. See how nasty the roof is. Some spot of grease right here. I don't know how they got that up there. Alright, some towels, dry that out best we can, and then I'll start applying the other stuff. Yeah, that's got chemicals on it. Doesn't have to be perfectly dry because this stuff I'm putting in is going to be wet anyways. And this is stained. That stuff I've been spraying, it should get everything off, and it's not. So I don't know what that is. It's stained on there, but it is not wanting to come off. Looks like I'm gonna have to work on the seats tomorrow. It's getting pretty warm. All right, I'll pause it for now. Really, when I take a bear nail, they'll turn this stuff like a gun nail. It really rips off the rust. I mean, quick. Like, it's out here, so it does. real dark purple, and you cannot get that off. You just have to wear it off. And the whole thing. And real quick, get this again. All right. Alright guys, I think that's about all I'm going to do today. We did the tune-up, we did the oil change, you know, plugs, wires, cap, and rotor. It runs 100% better. I mean, it's like a whole different engine in it now. Maybe tomorrow, if I get time, I'm going to work on getting the brackets in the truck to mount both of these. I got to do away with the airbag on them. They each have airbags. I dang sure don't want them going off in this rattle trap. And I still need to get the blue visors out of the other truck and the other doors. I'm probably just gonna chill out tomorrow. I pretty much spent the whole day outside doing stuff I needed to do. I had an engine I sold a guy in the marketplace, and he said the block was cracked when he got some machine shop. I'm like, just bring it back, I'll give you another one. But I had to strip that engine down, and I got my heads off of it, and the valve covers, the intake and carb, and the headers, and a bunch of stuff I had on it. And I'm like, I'll give you the long block or short block, but you're not getting that stuff. So he was happy, and the block, I just threw it right in the scrap trailer. Got that done, and then immediately went to working on the truck, doing the oil change, the tune-up, and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to get that seat out where I could get the floor treated. You see it's already changing it now. It's no longer rusty, it's just turning it kind of black. Now this, I mean, I'll have to come back in and wipe some of this up after it all dries. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna put glue everywhere, and then put down the Dynamat or whatever I end up getting, and get my holes marked for my seats. Before I do that, I'll have the seat brackets already where I can install them. But I want to make sure that's the seats I'm going to use. If they're not going to work, I'm not going to go through all the trouble of building brackets. I've got 5 different bench seats for square body trucks. They all need different stuff done to them. This one was actually the better of all of them. It just has no adjustment, and it's ugly. I've got 4 other full-blown bench seats. I think 2 are vinyl and 1 is cloth. I'm leaning towards using the cloth one. It looks almost identical to that, except it's got the one-piece back and bottom, and it has the seat tracks where you can adjust it. I kind of like the idea, though, of having 2 buckets and a console in the middle, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to set them brackets for these seats in here and see what they look like, but I'm afraid the seat's going to be right here when it needs to be over there, and I'm going to have to put something across this gap, and I really don't want to do that. And I've got some of that stuff on my knee that's dried, and now when I bend my knee, it breaks it loose. Fantastic. So I still got a lot of work to go. I still got to start rounding up the metal for the bed, which I'm probably going to get a list going in the next few days of what I need, and then make a trip to the metal yard and pick that stuff up, because I can go ahead and start building the bed. I'm going to go ahead and do a wood top, kind of like what it had on it, because I think it's going to be lighter for what I'm going to need. I want this thing as light as possible for weight and fuel mileage. I'm going to need all the fuel mileage I can get running 55 miles an hour down the road. And I can't afford a gear vendors. I'd love to have one, especially with this 4-speed. That would be nice. But I don't know, I may look around the marketplace, see if I can find one. But then with this being extended, I'd have to have a really custom drive shaft. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. I'm just going to try to do a little here and there as I can. I did get the AC parts ordered today, so those will be in, I think he said Monday or Tuesday, which I told him, I said, dude, I ain't in no hurry. Yeah, it'd be great to go ahead and install it and have the AC working, but I still got to get the electronics figured out. Why I don't have any control there. It could just be a fuse. I don't know. Haven't even looked into it. Haven't even touched the fuse box with a meter or a test light yet. But right now it's just a matter of what I can do that'll get me closer to start putting this thing to work. And I need door seals to stop this. I have some used seals that I had in it. They help some, but they still rattle like crazy. And now my phone's ringing. Let's see who this is, if I even want to answer it or not. It's my neighbor. Well, let me let you go. I'm going to get this, and I will get back with y'all in just a few.